I'm Tyler. Welcome to my Walk of Shame Ponderosa video. Yeah, I felt it in my gut. I didn't know who was gonna flip, but I knew eventually a flip was gonna come. It came, and now I'm walking. They've been gunning for me for about 3 or 4 tribals, and they finally got what they wanted.
Hey, Tyler. Where are you?
Right here, mate. Let's get to do the scale.
Let's do it.
212.
2.
Oh my gosh.
186.8.
Wow. That's the number I went into college with at the skinniest point of my life.
Yeah.
86 plus 12, 26.
That's a little way. What, 32 days, 26 pounds?
I tended to float closer to the background, which is something I don't do in real life. In real life, I'm very much outgoing, the guy kind of running the show. There's so many big personalities. And I realized that if I couldn't keep up that personality for 39 days, then what's the point of trying to own it right off the bat? I'd end up becoming the kind of the quiet, more reserved sort of thinker. And to some people, that freaked them out. What up? Oh, you guys made a little sign. Yes, that's what I'm looking forward to. You guys are so cool. Hi.
We are sad for you, but happy.
Sad and happy it was
you're
you.
Here.
Like
Yeah.
mixed feelings.
Yeah.
It's only getting, hi Smurf.
I 80% like Tyler. I 10% have a big question mark over him, and then I 10% dislike him.
We made you a crown, and there's
This is all I want, like as much of this as you can get.
Of everybody present when Will was yelling at me, Tyler was in the best and most responsible position of standing up for me and making it stop.
Adorn Manolgan.
The
careful with the
5th number.
Yeah.
The 5th and
Tyler thinks he did the right thing. It looked like I had things under control, and so he didn't need to step in.
While I didn't agree with Will, I also saw her that night combating Will and dealing with the intent that he had in that she was meeting him toe to toe. And I also thought, look, it's part of the game. Let them go at it. I begin to step in, I draw the line. I don't need to be doing that. Let these people self-destruct.
He actually liked that it happened. I think what he saw was, yes, like Will's the guy I'm taking to the end, let him keep yelling. That's what I saw in his eyes when the whole thing was going down. You know, it was like a gladiator match, and Tyler was entertained.
I want to be sensitive to Shreen's deep-seated male issues and a lot of the abandonment she feels. I get that. She draws that from her real life. It's what makes her so strong. It also, what makes her so incredibly sensitive to how she's treated by men.
He thinks he's a full-grown man who knows everything that there is to know about life. And for that reason, I don't think he is going to seek any feedback from me.
I didn't vote for you. I told you I never voted for you. I never did. I take Shireen with a grain of salt. I appreciate her for what she brings. She's obviously a super fan of the game. It's fun to listen to her talk, but you know, at the same time, once she gets going, it's very easy for me to tune out and to turn to other people that I just kind of like more.
So like last night I did tell him, I was like, hey, you know, there are things that you probably don't realize about yourself that I'd be happy to tell you about. I put the ball in his court, and I think if he cares, if he wants to grow as a person, or if he just wants to hear the feedback, he'll come and ask me. I don't think he will.
Everyone thinks I'm so dumb.
32 days in the waiting. Even if it's like 5-day-old pizza, it's what I've been waiting for.
There was
It's my moment between me and the camera. So for 1 second, stop talking about yourself and your own experiences.
I know.
I just got here. I'm like less than 12 hours here. Let me have my moment. So now that I'm here, it's like a weight that's off my shoulders. I can be myself a little bit more and have a little more fun with the people that I'm around, get to know them a bit. I think it could get any weirder than the beach, and it's gotten much weirder. Did you lick me?
When I got to see the real Tyler, the Tyler that is kind of this goofy, charismatic, funny, you know, Tyler.
Mike goes, there's a guy sitting up here who doesn't have a necklace, who we need to get rid of. He's right over there. He's gonna win the game.
He's much more fun, if you will, than he was in the game, but I think that's part of the game. It's serious, and you have to kind of play a little more reserved and serious, and that was like one of my biggest flaws.
I wanted to play this game as honestly as I could, because the second I began to flip and the second I became deceptive was the second that could get out and ruin my integrity. And for me, maintaining my integrity for as long as possible until I could blindside or make a big move was going to be the strategy. And I was on the verge of making that transition last night.
I'm also thinking about how Tyler got voted out and how he could have prevented it. I think from the beginning he always said, don't over-strategize. I've got to hang back and let things happen. And I think that last night was a classic example of him under-strategizing, and that's why he got voted out. He was a couple steps away from getting to the end and winning. I absolutely think that if he were at the end, he'd win. And he was his own biggest enemy.
Just in being out here, I was reminded of how important family is and how important community and connecting with people is. Because out here, you don't know if it's true. In the real world, with people who don't need anything from you and don't expect anything from you, that it's really easy to read, it's really easy to see through. And in a relationship, like a spousal relationship, your job is to, be there for your wife, to, pursue them fully. My wife was my joy. She was my peace out here, and I realized how much I took her for granted when I was back home. So I'm excited to reconnect and remind her of that. I have no regrets. My identity is not wrapped up in the fact that I came in 7th. This was an incredible experience, and I slept really well last night.